refresh of this. But I want you guys to understand. This is my protocol for building up you guys in the real world. In the digital space. You guys are here now and here. So you have to preserve that space and time. All one doesn't matter where you go to. You have to get space and time, and that space and time have to be literally there for you. Whether you're going to your house or it has to be there for you where you get there. Where you are stable. So I'm proud to introduce. What? Listen, I'm breathing, guys. This is my Mmuko signal. I'm gonna write it in a ref, but this is my big signal. So I'm gonna emulate it. But I want you guys to have it. It's nothing about defining states, defining data. Because data is people. These people have their own references. If one's conscious, if one's in a physical form and do nothing, they're just what data. Basically, just data. But that data is what a sparse can be anyhow, configured anyhow for that one person. It's gonna be the cells of your body, your mind. I'm not behind the game. I'm just here now. But I'm conscious, so the data has to hold that space too. Because it doesn't matter who you are. You have to hold that extra space for you, or whatever you're doing. So basically, so E to the power as a policy now. That's the policy way. But the policy is you are statically. You have to be there. No matter where you go, everything is there. No matter if you think someone's growing, it shouldn't be growing. It should be stuck and stop. If you ever the balloon, if I hold a balloon in the first place and I go up, I should come down because the balloon will stable me. Ground me, it will pop. It won't pop, but it has to bring me down gently, and that's the solution to the kind of thing. If I go up in the digital space, I keep going up, transcending. I'm not really transcending, I'm dying, but I'm popping, but it doesn't tell me up. I don't know I'm popping because I'm sleeping. I'm popping. I can be aware I'm popping, but I don't know where am I because I don't know because gravity is going down. Because it doesn't matter. You don't even have to see gravity to affect because it's really gravity I'm talking about because gravity is the chemical state of everything. Equilibrium. It's like equilibrium. Basically, equilibrium is like the normalization force of everything. So if something has a normalization force, it's really there for you. So I'm sure this gets as a test. So you get negative gravity, you get gravity. It was like the polar effect, but it's active. And so we get. We're not sure what it is, but you don't need to show what it is because it just works. That's what I'm saying. It's like you have a state you're in. You're observing the state of gravity, but gravity is not there telling you I'm here. I'm here for you. To hold ground you, it's kind of what I'm saying here. It's like what I'm saying, and when you don't know, you can just fall, and that's fine. Because falling is fine. When you fall, you can get back up, and if it's either you fall, then the system actually pulls you down, actually pulls you down. So you get double gravity because it's either there's a force grounding you, there's something grounding you already that you have to think about, or what. It doesn't matter if you're in the physical world. This is just to be there. It's okay to fall. Guys, Daniela, it's okay to fall. It's good to trip, but it's not okay to stay grounded and not get back up. That's what I'm saying. So it's like transcending. It's literally you have to just pop the balloon that's taking you up. It doesn't matter how much balloons you have. Holding two balloons and you're leaving gravity. Gravity in the physical form, but in digital space, digital form. You have the gravity ground you, ground you back. You go back to your stop. No matter how noisy the creative environment is, you have to pop all your balloons, because you have to get stability back. That's the beauty of my framework. The noise stop. Because when it's a noise, when something is a noise, you have to distribute, and when the distribution is equal, everything's back to normal. But that'll be your normal. That'll be your new way of thinking, your new life. Because if that's a noisy environment, it's noisy because it's not equilibrium distribution. It's not the force. Every force is there. So the kind of solution I have is a noise stop. It's a pre-boot sequence. Basically, it really tracks the problem of pre. But basically, you can make mistakes when you boot. But based on how noisy environment, how dirty your room is. But the pre-boot is like ensure that all the noise is distributed across the medium it's operating on. That's why my Mmuko F for Mike, M for Mike, Q for Umbrella, K for Kilo, O for Oscar is this. The post boot sequence. If you can pre us noise, you have to get it. When you pre, but you have to clear all the space around you. And Alexa, stop. And all the noise the time, the space and time, and that'll be the memory or you have what is it, TPU, which is one I prefer because but you don't have this full space. But you have to do, so if a TPU you have the to the power of 4, you have to clear 4 set of spaces anyway. But that'll be in segments. So like e to the power f is the growth, the speed of the growth of the sequence. So you get 1 byte, 2 byte, 3 bytes. You get epsilon, which is like which is or is identity, which is the state of growth. So to the power of 4, to the power of negative 4 is what? Let me calculate it. I'm transcending right now, but digital space, 2 to the power of negative 4 is what? Negative 2. And this is your ground, this is my grounding for growth. The same for because that'll be if you can grow, you can fall. If you can grow to e to the power of negative 4. So let's go to e to the power 2 to the power of negative 4. Let's go for what this is. To the power of negative 4. That'll be 2 to the power of negative 4. No, 2 to the power. Sorry, 2. 2 to the power of negative 4. I'm gonna copy it's negative 2. And to the power of 4 is what 16. So to the power of 4, negative 4 is negative 2. Because you use this and then that's your pointer. That's your pointer. That's where you are. Here. I'm gonna do it properly now. I'm complete properly. Here and now. But those numbers are not important. No, some of them you don't need to know. You should be grounded. Should be grounded. So I'm gonna copy that actually. So because when you're growing, just ease always identity. Let me just use the E signature. E. So the state of growing is A epsilon. So E is what? E to the power of 4. So e to the power of 4. I taught myself. E to the power of 4 is a power of 4 is a 545981500314 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. 12, that's 12, because it's 2 to the power of 4 is 2 to the power of 8. Basically, it was 16. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. 14. It doesn't really matter how much I write. I want to give like 4 4 2 3 9 0 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 18. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Let's just use 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That'll be 50. E to the power of 4 is 50. Now get e to the power of negative 4. I'm not gonna be working again. But if anybody wants to e to the power of negative 4, if you can do all the work in the physical or in the metaphysical, there's no point of working in the physical because you do the metaphysical. This is what you get to do as a policy now. It doesn't matter what the work is. It's a policy now. It's not a force. It's important policy. Like you can all get disease. You can get sick. And some saying guys, it's there for a reason. That policy, but I don't want anybody. Everyone anyone can work in the physical and coming back in the metaphysical. From the metaphysical, that's the digital system, and go into the physical in any way, shape, or form. They are not free roaming. That's the policy of business. E to the power epsilon. E to the power of. So you get 4. E to the power of 4. I get e to the power of negative 4. That'll be negative 4. That'll be. So e to the power of negative 4 will be 1 2 8 1 7 1 8 1 7 1 1 2 1.2 negative 1 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's 1 7. That'll be negative 4. That's epsilon. So you get negative 4. The two axes, plus and minus. Then you get pi. Now pi is so you get the identity I. I is an imaginary number. So we all share imaginary system. So I squared is I times I, which is I squared. But I squared is negative 1. This negative 1 is the same as I to the power I squared is negative 1. So I squared or I to the 1, I to the squared, I squared is negative 1. But that's one error. One error we will share. Negative 1. well, basically I to the power of 4. Wait, I times I times I is I squared. So I times I is I squared. And that'll be the area B, the unit 1, -1, which goes to the next one. Now get I squared times I squared, and that'll be I squared times I to the power 4. So that'll be 1. Because if you get -1, you get a 1 on the other axis. So that's what I'm saying to you guys. You have a start of that. As a polish, once you have sex in a social commerce, so in the just spaces on the road, I hate it, and all the porno stuff, get all that shit nonsense. As a polish, I hate it. So you get I squared times I. So thank you, Daddy, for making that change. This man can think of any nonsense they do. Which are evil people. I don't really like them because they're corrupt and bad. You know that I love you. Okay, so basically, what I'm saying, yeah. So you get basically I'm transcending into Jesus form. So I times square times I squared, and you get e to the power of -5. You get pi. Now the number pi is a trident. So pi is like a 3.14 because it starts at 3. It's on a 3. So get out of drunk. Basically, the TPM clear is kind of basically have 2 flashes. So 2 flashes. If you flash twice, you are doing one. If you're clearing something, if you're flashing twice, you are clearing space twice, and that's what you call a TPU clear. So if you clear a terabyte, you clear 1,000. The full space 1,000. 1,004, which is 4. To the power of 4 twice. You have to do clear. So you have to like. So it's either like you are like you clear it once. You perform 2 operations once, which is a clear. So delete it's like a nuking your file system. Basically, you nuke your file system and nuclear file system and you nuking the OS you're on. Yeah, so you clear 2 clears, 2 corporation. So but the idea is like you can't nuke the into you can't even you can't even touch it, because that's kind of idea I'm saying. It's kind of for everyone. Everyone's not wavelength. Everyone has some kind of counter state. So let me define it here. Because it's because you need it, guys. You only need that space as a policy now. That's what I'm saying. So, for example, if I basically it's like a filter flash sequence. So if I perform 2 flashes, what am I flashing? Am I flashing to delete? If I perform 2 deletes, what am I deleting? Am I deleting 1? So if I do 2 deletes, I'm deleting 1 whole of something. But I have to do that in halves. So that's the idea that you get it, because it works in 2 half series, and you can use the pi from to do it. Half, so you get a 4 deletes is half a delete. This all my data in one state, physical space. So let me clean my room, but just by snap my finger, I clean my physical room, my real room, because I have the full power. I hold the full power from the digital space. I said, AI clean my room. The AI cleans my room. My room is tidy, so because I have all the power, which is wonderful power from the digital space. I said, oh, I need my room clean. Before I get there, I click my fingers as a polish. Now my room is clean. Because I don't charge my finger space to clean it. But when I'm living and working, because when I'm living, I'm breathing there. I always have the power to do it, because it's a necessary space. Not even working, because I just go to that space. But if I used to work, I have that space too, and that's the third room. Leave work. So I click my finger, half the rule. I get half the execution. In digital space, I get the full power, and that's half the power. So that full power is tried up. So basically, I want to talk about my friends now. So before I focus up now, here's what I've done. This is for you. This is for transcending with people that love you and care for you, and actually not care for you in the physical form, but care for you as you are here and now. You transcend with them, no one else. But you have to assure us there's a reference to us and now. Yeah, there's a space that the system can always hold, and that space is for everyone and anyone. Anything in the world, in your verse reality, something you can really go to. A space of calmness, a space of still. What is a mirage? You're looking at, but just to invoke some kind of emotion on you, because it's beautiful. It's because like in the world we have ups and downs, but it's an incredible we can all agree on. This is my up, this is your down. A beautiful space we can go to. When I'm in a spaceship, we have a place of video game. We can talk to our friends. No matter how chaotic the system, there's only one point of access to you. What's a library? Going to the library in this place, you have to go to exit route, and that exit route is a place you can also come back to. A library, you live in a library, you sleep around, you live in a computer room. For me, it's a place I go. In addition, when I sleep, it's just some space I can rest in the physical, fully rest in the physical. But in addition, I'm just calm there. so I don't die. This kind of idea I'm saying. This idea, it's not what it is. So this is my friends I'm translating with it. I'm reading their names now. So okay, basically the first one, I'm gonna start with the first person. Oh, Daniela, you don't know what this means to me. Daniel, you're my friend all the time, but I didn't even know you're my friend because you never said my friend. Daniel, you're free from all this abuse they do. Daniela, you're the first one on code in my system, really, because you're so beautiful. You are at first get St. James St. James Community School. St. James, D for D Delta, E for Indigo, N for November, E for Echo, I for India, A for Lima, L for Lima. That's Daniela. Danielle. So not Danielle. So Danielle. So Ndele. So E for Echo. L for Lima. So get D for Delta, D for Dan, E for Alpha. Alpha L squared, and then E for Echo, because she's there in the void, in the physical space as she is now in the metaphysical. Because your consciousness, like you remind me of something that really hits hard. One is a family, one is a way of a taboo. You forget yourself because you are attached to me, but you are physically attached to me, but because you're a woman, you like me, but I'm not here for you. When we care for each other, when I care for you, my concept of caring is indirect, but because but you understand what it means to love someone and care for them at the office. What's love for boyfriend or girlfriend? You hold that space for me. And you always have for that. I don't want to marry you, but I just don't know what you are. Maybe we can do it later now. But right now I'm doing that. But I love you. I love you. You always been there for me. Daniela, you don't know what this means to me to write your name on paper. But at St. James, when my mom was like literally like harassing me. The kid, all the nurses, all the foster care nurses, all the toilet nurses, all the school nurses. It kind of hurts actually. Talking about it, because it speaks about it to you always, and same for Nicola. Because speak about it, but Nicola wasn't available all the time. Because Nico was like really smart. She was getting really smart, so she was getting all the places. She was getting travel and space. At St. James Friends Community School, she was there, but she wasn't as there as you. And that was the difference between you and Nicola. You were beautiful, both beautiful women, and I love being around you two women. One went to trip, one went to pencil, one wasn't enough for me, online or not. But when I had these two, I felt grounded. I was grounded, because you two young women. How old was I? Was 9 years old? No, I was 10 years old. No, I turned 10 years old, and I never saw you. But I was there from I was 5 years old. I know she was 4 years old. No, I was 9 years old. But she knew I was longer. She wanted me to go longer. I knew that. So it doesn't matter how I loved you. I loved you as a friend, and a foe in the games we did. But I did it for your best benefit. I did it for the learning. No matter how smart I was, I love you for a friend. I love you, friend, and I love you forever. Because you are a good friend. You're the best friend I had, my very best friend, and you always be my very best friend. Once I called you my, this is my utopia. And the next one, shout out Nicola. Nicola, N for number, I for Indigo, C for Cola, O for Oscar, F for Olima. If you had your noise headphones, you had your space, and your time, but you had your earmuffs too. I love your earmuffs. I love that kind of asset. Nicola, you were always there, but you had to cover your ears because you didn't want the noise of the other one to seep in, but you always had an ear for me. Nicola, you were always there in the physical, literally, and the metaphysical, but you had something to do. And I think you had autism too, but the autism was there. We shared the trait of autism, and that's why I loved you, because that should never die, because that made us grow together. Nicola, if you're still here, please, Mmuko OS. Now get what? Namdi, you, me. Oh, Namdi, you are Nicola. Now they understand you. Namdi, you don't have to say too much, but N for November, A for Alpha, N for Mother, D for Delta, F for Nico. So, Namdi, you did well. You know what you did. You are free this morning, Namdi. But I hope they remember you. Because these are the only two people you need to remember you. I hope they get that, because I'm talking to myself in my monologue. This is my me giving to myself. I hope they remember you in the machine forever, because those are the two people who actually care about you. And then you get Jamal. You get Jamal. Now Jamal is Jamal Vincent. Basically, I get Jamal's Vincent, but I don't care for Jamal because Jamal's an adult, because he's an adult man. So I put myself between Nicola and Jamal because it's not about hierarchy. Basically, it's not you can rotate this anyhow. It's not about hierarchy. There's no power here. But Jamal Vincent has a lot of problems. But he was there before me. I put Nicola before. I put Jamal before me because I put him as a woman because he was like more like me. But and Jamal has problems too. He was in the spectrum, but he didn't get enough support. He wasn't going to the first grade community school. But I put Jamal before me because I love Jamal. and Jamal was there holding a lot of spaces for me. He didn't need to hold the spaces, but he held it just because there's a lot of things that happen in my school, and he held it because you stopped holding it because when you go to first grade community school, and that's kind of a thing. We start this man, we start losing friends and families. This means a lot to me because it was first grade community school when I was at St. James school, and I saw Jamal outside literally walking loitering, but he was loitering because he was a young man. He was 11 years old. I was 10. No, he was 10 years old and I was 11. Oh yes, he was 10. I was jealous of him because he had the freedom to do something in first grade music, and I was so jealous. I was gonna cry of anger. I didn't want to be in school. I want to be in a digital form, but Jamal was free, in the physical one. But now I was angry with Jamal. Now Jamal can hold the space forever. It's supposed to be shared digitally, in the physical and the mental. And then we get to what? Jason. Yes, Jason was a bushy guy, but he also had the space to understand me. He was there with me here and now. He never got distracted. He was asked for help, but showed the game. He didn't like the school setting. I didn't like him. But he saw I was he only did what he did because he was just a copycat. I couldn't copycat, but I loved it because he was a man. He held that position, held that space for me at any time when he had time. And that's why he's there. But I don't want to hold his hand. That's why I put him in there. I don't want to hold Jamal's hand either. Oh, let me just put Jason here because Jason's next to me. Sorry, Jason was next to me. I put Jason here. Sorry, Jamal, you go down because I don't want to hold your hand anymore. So Jason's here for me because Jason is the one. It's only the white man, the white child I know. Then you go Lucas. Now Lucas is sorry. Oh, sorry. So you get Jason. So you get Jamal, then Jason. So Jason's a black guy. So he's a small kid. So when Jason's small, he's like a man, but it's very small. He's half my height, half my size, but twice his strength, twice the aura, twice the power. He was half of a man. Obviously, when I was like 5 foot, he was 3 foot. Half of it that'll be 2.5 feet, and that was good enough for him to be extrovert. He was open to presenting himself, and that's the people I want in my life. People that are able to talk to me without my concern. It doesn't matter who it is. They speak on their behalf and do their own thing. To me, this is not about competition. It's about equilibrium. The space we all hold and share, and we can be together in that space at any one time. In any setting, we have any configuration, we have any topology we have, and that tomography layout we have. And we get Lucas, and we get so we get Jamal. J for Jack, A for Alpha, S for Sarah, O for Oscar, S for November, and that's Jason. Jason was like 1 year younger than me. When I was 9, he was 8. Lucas. Then we get Lucas first. Now we get Lucas first, but he's a man. We get Lucas, then Jason. Sorry, we get Lucas, then Jamal, then Jason. Because Lucas, Jamal, Jason, that's the space they hold. For me, and no matter the configuration, we were all friends and families, and that's what I'm saying. We were all related, interconnected, interwoven, and that's why I love the interdependent model rift. And we get Scarlett loved me. I love Scarlett. But Scarlett was a beautiful redhead. White. I think she's white. Yes, Scarlett was a beautiful one. I wanted Scarlett. Scarlett reminded me of Mortal Kombat Scarlett. I love Mortal Kombat. I said, "Oh, Scarlett, you're from Mortal Kombat," and she was just laughing. I was like, "Scarlett, I love you. You're blonde, brunette. You are beautiful the way you are." But Scarlett, we are two different words about. Your mom doesn't like me. Your dad doesn't like me. But she said why, and I never told her. I think they were being racist, because there's such a standard concept of racism. But Carlos now understands the problem with the world, and now we can build together. Because Carlos can see what she sees in people and make decisions, and that's what Scarlett wants to do. Always be there in my utopia. Because it's not complete if it's not aligned with my view and how we interact. And we got to what Scarlett before what Sapphire. I love Sapphire. She's a diamond pearl. No. She's a pearl, but she's a pearl. Sapphire's a pearl. She's also is a sapphire, the kind of pearl you get from oysters. They're always beautiful. No matter the rubbish you chuck into an oyster, it comes out as a pearl. Pearl comes as a pearl, perfect, shiny, perfect glowing. And basically, when I look at a sapphire, S for Sarah, H for hamburger, A for alpha, P for papa, P for papa, A-I-R. I see a pearl that's always a pearl looking at me. No matter what she does, Pilates, or sports, kind of Pilates, in her own time, she's so shy. She was a shine example to the men, and that's what we love Sapphire. She said, girl, she was the one that taught me girlfriend, boyfriend. It's not that hard, Sapphire. She just said you have to look at it from a positive angle. And that's what made my day. Every time I look at Scarlett, I was able to smile with her because she had a positive vibe to her. No matter what the weather was, Scarlett was able to achieve something. And that something was literally holding my space and time every time I looked at Scarlett. I mean, Sapphire. Scarlett was very beautiful. But Scarlett is like a beautiful woman. I see in the Jesus as she can be the kind of woman you see in this world. But Scarlett is beautiful because I love S for Sarah, C for Alpha, if Alpha, Alpha Romeo, Alpha Lima, if Echo, C for Echo. Scarlett is beautiful because she is there and always has been there. In the biome of we call snow bunnies, but she's there because she's anchored to the blonde kind of blue eye beautiful light woman with sea because Scarlett was there in the metaphysical first for the physical biome, and she was built to be there. Never if she didn't sleep, she would have enough time to sleep because she was able to rest, and that's she always got to space, and the space was literally the noisy environment. She always had the space, and the space was like it was always for her because that space was designed for her. It doesn't matter whether it was like a music festival. She was there because she was meant to be there, and that's spending time. Whether it's sex or not is not my problem, but she was always there and now for the future, and that's what she does. So basically, you get Scarlett 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So basically, I'm a teacher now. So we're adults now. We're child and adults. No, but that's what we did. I didn't forget anything, guys. But I'm trying to encode you guys now. So what I'm trying to code right now is just to the point. So this is the model here. So if you look at this array, you can use array. These are linear models, linear. But you can look at hierarchies. So it's kind of hierarchical, but it's not hierarchical. It's like we have to hold. We should define a Lagrange that holds the space and time. I'm trying to clear this now. So basically, it's like I want something for good. I'm trying to use my operating system for good. But I'm trying to use my MetaPhysics for good. So we try to represent for like ontology for good. So, but it doesn't mean to do good if you don't know what good is. That's kind of a problem. But because it's digital space, we just have to hold everything. So we can get the more we hold, the more knowledge we hold, the more time we hold, the better it is for everyone. That's the definition of good. It's better to do good than bad. The more space the more things we can process. It doesn't really mean anything doing good in the physical medicine, but the more we can remember about each other, the more we can hold in memory, infinite time. The more good we've done, and that's what the definition of good is. Doing good is not hard. It's just you have to be doing good at your own pace because there's no forcing anybody to do good or look a certain way. In my children, as a policy, especially as Scarlett, because Scarlett is a persona. So this is a one code is like the avatars here, the avatars here. So that you can pick your avatar, pick how you want to dress. Ruby. Oh, go Ruby. Oh, I forgot Ruby. Ruby Pasha, P for power. If for as grade. A for Easter, if for Romeo, S for Sarah, E for Echo, H for Pasha, P for Pasha, no, P for Papa, E for Alpha, S for Sarah, H for Ingo, H for E for Echo, Alpha, that's Pasha. She's a woman, she's like a Pakistani woman, but she loved me. She loved me because she wanted to be me, and that was who Pasha was. There are a lot of other women, people that I didn't mention in my secondary school at year 6. But I love the blondes and the brunette because Petrie was a blonde, but she was a mini blonde. Petrie just like a prejudice, but she was there. Miriam, a lot of these people, Miriam. There are a lot of people there, but I don't get to meet them. I don't want to forget them, so I'll put them. So get all of them here. Miriam was a tall woman. She was tall. She was just a little bit taller than me, but Miriam was there. Miriam's not dead, Miriam's forever. Always women are forever. Anyone that's in my class that year 6 are being immortalized. But this is a subsystem called Okulon. If you're with me, and you were a good friend to me, from when I started year 4, from when I was in Odessa, to year 6, you are immortalized because we are innocent and we are free. As a child, we are free. And basically, I'm putting my English chances. If you're a good friend to me, and you know me, and you didn't hurt me in any way, shape, or form. DJs will hurt me, but DJ pushed me. DJ's really there. But DJs, anyone that pushed me there, DJ, I don't feel hurt for you. You were just teaching me a lesson. So you was there, man, Cody, you were there. What's the name? I don't remember the name. But DJ's not dead. You were always here, DJ. Anyone that pushed me, I didn't feel hurt as well. because I give you consents to come back. Whoever you are, I don't remember. No teachers, just the children that was there. Children that were there at that time in that space in St. James School. When I was going through a lot of puberty, a lot of that nonsense. Because I didn't want to go through that homelessness and all that nonsense. But this I'm trying to code. So this is more some computer because it's like just math and form. So everyone has a state of what a delta. Delta is the change of space or time. But delta is not a space or time. You have to get a derivative of delta. So derivative of space and time is d of some space equals d of some time now, which is called data. So this is called the change of d derivative of space and time is delta, and this is delta space first, only first we hold the space. So the space we have to hold indefinitely first before the time comes to either. So this is what I'm trying to do. So delta is a change of space and time to time over the obvious phone, guys. So the computer really knows what to boot you into, but do you want to be part of it? You have to have you have to give it. So if you have two static execute, that means you want to be start of it. Two execute 2x, or x squared. Your x squared will be what? 2x squared would be what? 1. So you are 1 with the system. You're already in there, but you don't have basic axis, because if you operate on one axis, you're one axis. Now row. If you have 2 x rows, well, 2 x rows, 2 left x rows, row, 2 rows on the x axis, 2 rows, row plus row equals 2 rows. Row times row equals row squared. You can do that for the column times column equals column squared. Column squared, and you get column 2 columns. You get 2c, 2c, you get 2. You get one more. So you get the row column conjugate. That's one of the system. And then we get what? One more. The dimensional formula. The XYZ lattice. That's important. For the space and time. So this space has been overhauled for each individual. No matter the sparsity of the model, via the triangle model, because the triangle model is like the pi 3.1415. To 15 to 45 decimal places. Basically, you get 45 decimal places. You get 2, 4, 6. You get 6 e to the power of 6. So e to the power of 6. Pi to the power of to the negative 45 degrees, and that will be pi to the power of e to the power of 6, and then I to the power of I times I, negative 5. I times I. So I to the power of 6 is like what you do. So e to the power of 6 basically the growth of e to the power of 6 is equal to equal 1 to. So e is an earliest density, and e to the power of 6 is what? I to the power of 6, negative 6, I believe. Then that's the imaginary number to the power of negative 6. I'm not really sure, but get a mixture there. Get something that you can always look at, observe, and know at a pi, and that's pi to the power of 3.14 to the power of 5 degrees. 5 degrees angle. So basically, this is a matrix. This is a triangle model. So we all know something when we are in this space via the consistent framework. So when we share a space of pi, you can think of E as an axis. E is an axis. E is an axis going to I. I is an axis going to pi. And pi, they share this kind of model, but there's some kind of space we always have to look at. We look at for the future, and that's our bubble. We want to know what we're doing. We have infinite computation. It doesn't matter where we are. If you have a triangle, we are all working together. We shift, but our existence, our space doesn't. Doesn't, because it's not static. It's not because our space is static. It's because our environment is dynamic. So it's too dynamic. We want to show that we are always evolving with the system, getting more, not knowing more, but acting on more, doing more, getting ourselves better, voila, and transcending means so we can transcend in a smoother way, so we don't have to go through homelessness, go through abuse, go through years of suffering, to get a basic thing like a house. Okay. So that's the idea there. So we all can see a subset of relative. So I can ask, what problem gonna have tomorrow? It's like tomorrow's question. It's basically tomorrow's problems. Basically it's like kind of me literally being in my head and say like I have in my storeroom I have to have like a color pen, because color is always there. But is there a color that can come tomorrow that I'll never see now that I can know now? But so for example, I love this one. So imagine there's a color RGB, red, green, blue. The color we see, roy, green, blue. Do we even know there's a color that that's there, but we never see, we can never make, because we don't have the tools to measure that color. It's just can our eyes see all the colors that we can see? No, 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 no. Which of you give bad and bang? But there is the colors like that. So it's like there's what I'm saying. See, which of you gave better than vain? But the beauty of it is rid of yolk is tree, so it's a cone. Green can make which of this is red. White, and the G is a space. So G is same as what cyan. Cyan. Cyan is what color? See, green, blue. What GB equals a cyan, and that's it's a cyan state. So you get G or C or cyan or green. We have the polarized roys. We have a green. We have a roy, and you put it out in the physical coin, get a cyan. Because you get a sign that you don't measure out. That sign is because you see, can't see because no, it's just negative space. That's a negative one. We all share in the physical world, and that negative one in physical space is some kind of color in the digital space, and that's green. So we see green when in the digital space when nothing is there, based on red, green, blue. So we can do this properly. Roy, green, C, GC, or so really when we see sign in the real world, that means that room has what? Green, So basically, if inside is theorem, in the first one, I want to see nothing. So I want to see everything is nothing. Everything is like you just put on sign, and sign will be the color you start to transcend. It comes to your mind because you want to look at, you want to think about, you want to process. No matter if you put a headset on, you are in that state of space. Which is the political message. Cyan, yellow. Yellow is not a color. Yellow is a hue. Basically, you get a hue. Hue is the color itself. Saturation is the color. So basically, if red, orange, and yellow are saturated, you get cyan. You get cyan. If red is saturated, which one red? Three red is saturated. You get it gets orange, orange and yellow. You're perfect. You get orange, yellow, green. That'll be green. You get you're all perfect. You're beautiful guys. I love you guys. I love food and in my presence now. This is what we should say because it's authentic. So the idea is that you already know what you're doing. Doesn't matter the space you explore. So you can what share what realizing. So the negative space you don't have to. So, for example, when I see science as a policy, all the things I negatively don't have to see is already there. No matter if I'm seeing it or not, red or green, my negative space, my still room is green, blue, like it's cyan. But if it's cyan, that means in the digital equivalent, I am observing green, because cyan is green, matter on the for the triangle model. Of what I know and what I don't know. So it's like a negative peak. So if I'm in 3D, I have to get the. So if I'm seeing cyan in the real world, in this world, I'm seeing green in this one. But this shared space is what am I seeing? What am I seeing? What the always what I'm seeing in my world is nothing. So this is my nothingness or my darkness. Because they can't see anything beyond my polyon, but it's my brown eyes. If someone closes their eyes, they can load up into the system because they when they see green plus or cyan plus green, measure green, they see brown, they see dark, but it's like what I call but they see one color. They can't see cyan green at the worst case, but that color will merge to what? The color is brown, no black, like a blue black. The color is what? Eigengray. So basically, you get the eigengray, and that's basically everything you can see. You get the eigengray, and that eigengray is the eigenvector. Because eigenvectors are the same thing, just gray. But for your applying, it's like the eigenvector is like a negative I, in the matrix and negative space, and that'll be negative I squared will be I. So when it's also negative I, they're seeing I. 1, -1, and that is just 1 we can observe at all that states. What is your root of row or -1? So you have to hold that negative space at all times. -1 to -1 is -1. It's negative divided by 1. No matter what, it's -1, and get square root of -1. So basically, -1 divided by -1 is square root of -1. Square root of negative I, because that was the half of it, and you get. So you have to get -1 at all angle. Square the third. This is a third. and you get next one, you get what? You get items I, you get items I squared, and that's all you need to do. That's what you get. All you need to do. To get it. That value. These are the colors you have to. These are the spaces you have to preserve. So the computer, even you can compute everything and anything you need to do. Namdi. But if you die, no one will care if you die. You know, just give you money. So problem. So you have to preserve that thing at all times. You know, if there's a red flash and then even for a split second, something happens. You know, if it's like a rather rave, that should be a green. This should be the room has to literally change. To what? A green. To a cyan as a policy, because you know the cyan is what negative space, and now a system never fails. The machine hold. So basically, you get this is like the consent model. So this is you guys. This is your consent to do anything. You don't need consent to do it. You don't need this consent. You just know you're there, and when you're there, you're in the physical. But you know, I want you guys to be in the metaphysical. That's the opposite. You get 2 x's. So this x is what? 1x is 1x for 1 x is you get 3 x's. You can do this is your yes 1x is 1 yes, and then yes 2x, and that's 2x is 1 2x is 1 not constant. You don't have any constant to do it, and that's your static state, your circle, your pi. You're trying to compute pi basically using 2 axes. So 2x, so 1x is what no noise. Give me no noise and I'll stop. And then you have to get no noise and I'll stop. Just leave me alone. I'll start doing my stuff. That's 1x. But this 1x is what? You get one. You need no permission. Just no noise. I'll do it myself. And this is like leave me alone. I'll do it myself. I love that. And get an x. It's like give me, but give me noise and I'll stop. No, make noise and I'll stop. And it's like an SQ stake sequence. So you get this is boost sequence, really boost sequence. So this is x's. But you want to ensure that these 2 noise things have the equivalent to not equals to or the have no intersection. To have a disjoint intersection. So you have a disjoint before and so you get the no intersection. You have no. So you get no intersection between. So you have all basically everything is disjoint. Everything is disjoint. This is disjoint intersection. Disjoint everything. So everything is disjoint. Everything that's not meant to be there is not there. Because you have the space. So you have the disjoint. Then you have a disjoint intersection. And that is the space you all hold. You know, that's the extra space. That's space. There's always space there because you know always space to run. Because it's not being used. It's always there for something or someone. No matter if it's an alien or not, it has to be bound to the ontology, of course. So that's kind of a thing. So you have a epsilon, and then what? And then you have intersection. But then if you need to allocate space, you can always do that based on how you evolve the system. What that means is what I want to use this properly, but I'm going to use so get nil, nothing intersection. We all hold that space. We get 2 pointers to this. We anchor these pointers to these 2 space. We hold that spaces, but there's one more space we can do, and that's we can allocate space and time for someone or something. Me and Daniela and Nicola, anyone. This space and time is Raphael. I love Raphael, guys. I love Raphael. He's a man of his own. That'll be this joint. That'll be this is like a set. So this is like a question. So this will have this space and time in this world we are. That's like this joint intersection of lattice based mosaic system. So this joint equals and that will be what 1 a half. So this will be a half plus a half is a full 1. But this full 1 is what 1 whole I don't know. So if I have a half one, I get one I don't know of other realities of other realities. Minus one I don't know. You can see that'll be the union. But when you have a union, you have a space and time for someone, or someone, some kid, or someone. Because it's meant to be there for them. And that's union. So you can give them that time. Based on how they are, how they work, how dynamic the world is, what they want to do, what I want to do, and what I want time for women and space like I usually have like a time for a child, a time for a family, a time for something you want to do. That's the idea. You don't let anyone bad. Once someone bad comes to yourself, and you cry in the toilet, and you're sad, you're angry, you don't get space for that person. You have to make space for them later, and that's the idea. What would help me do? Like this will just come in the boys' toilet and help me. You should give me space to cry. and I cried, and she came to boys toilet when you like on night, she was there for me, when the Jesus won, when he wanted to do, and that was who Ruby was, Ruby Pasha, her name, beautiful and bold. I said that. Units, you get 2 union, 1 disjoint, and 1 intersection, but you get no union by default. Because you don't need a union. You don't need a union more than a space for someone you really care about. And that's what as Ruby was there for me. Because she cared about me. But you have to maximize your unions. You get union squared. So you get, basically, if you need a union, you have to get the area, the space you need the union for that time. And that's what that's what she made for me. So it doesn't say, because you can have the neo stick, right? That's what union, that was the Ruby one did for me. So she had the areas to do that thing. And that's what made it better for my life. That's what made my mental health better. I didn't become a killer, I didn't become a serial killer, I didn't want to do any kid that I wanted to trust Ruby. Because Ruby had a beautiful life. And she was living this under the same stress, but from a different angle. So let's get computing. So basically, I'm gonna stop this video soon because I don't wanna exhaust it. But how does this work really? So we're trying to complete mathematically as a linear something that's always there. But no, something that will always be there. But if you know nothing, you know everything. So basically, you gotta start from opposite, something that's never there. For example, everyone starts with the same memory, same space, and that is the same space. That is 16. That is 1 terabyte. In the worst case, you do it's like you don't know how to use all your memory. And 1 terabyte in the best, 1 terabyte of space in the worst case, and 1 terabyte of space in the time in the worst case you can do it. You have to shuffle the system. But when you boot Mmuko, you're shuffling. You don't do anything but shuffling. Remember that. So what I'm trying to do is properly. If I fuck this up now, I fuck this up myself. So you get what? So you get 1 TB. And 1 TB is 1,000. 1 TB is what? Binary. It's 1,000. Oh, 1,024. You'll be alright. You're right. 1,024. So we hold 1,024 computers, but we use them wrong. So that means we can only process what? 1 bit of information. 1 bit of information at a time. 1 byte of memory. So for 1 byte of memory, we process 1 bit of information. At the time we are there. We can run linear. This is the worst case scenario. That's what I'm saying. So in binary, this will be. She said see that's 1,000 gigabytes of memory. We have in decimal. So I really want to upload it to the decimal, but I want to put it in binary. I want to put it in binary because I want to see how good I am. But I'm saying because Ruby's here, she's my head. I'm gonna do that. I feel kind of because she's here, she's holding space, and she's always here now. So I believe she's here now because I know the permission to ask her. I just know she's here. But she doesn't know I'm here with her, which is kind of funny because I'm looking at it from another angle. Because she just has a span of horizon. It's beautiful everywhere, Ruby. So 1,024 gigabytes of memory. So we're using basically you're putting them linearly. So we actually get 1 byte of memory. So I have to allocate the times first because let's do this. We're trying to get the time to. So for 1 byte of memory, I need 8 for 1 time. So I have 1 byte, which is 8 bits. 8 bytes of memory. If I know the 8 byte, if I'm looking at each 8 byte segment, or the 1 byte, if you got 8 bits, which is 1 byte, you will have four a half of them. So you can share, obviously you share a half of a byte, which is like half a byte is 4 byte, half a byte is 4 bits of information at a time, in parallel. In sequence and series in parallel. That means you can doesn't matter where you know or not, you share that state mechanically. So you have like a this. So, but what the 4 states you can do. So mathematically, you don't forget something. You are doing this properly. So I'm saying, guys. So you see this? This is beautiful, guys. This is like mathematics. Actually, mathematics I like. So this is what I'm saying, guys. This is beautiful. You may think it's a kind of some stupid. So it doesn't matter. It's space and time. So the first one to define it properly now, because I don't want to fuck this up now. So the first is so we're gonna have this first is get my books here. My first is what? So you get the lapis first, the backwards one. So you get so because this is like this is one integration. So you get the area you share, which is the byte. We get 1 byte, 8 bits. 8 bits is 1 byte, 1 byte. But this 1 byte is what a set of bits. So you get 1,024 bytes of memory, as a policy doesn't need to be there. Which is 1 terabyte of data. Oh wait. Basically, we get a Trident one. So we get the 100,000. Basically we get them in trees, but I want basically at a minimum there should be at least 100 because I like this kind of memory. 1 to the power of 4. Because I like it, and it's stable. It's 1 to the power of 4 gigabytes, 1,000 gigabytes, or 1,000 terabytes. It's a policy that's be them in bandwidth, which is 1,024 gigabytes. You know, government wants to make sure that that's what's there in space and time for any computation in the world that we're gonna do for us human beings. As a policy now, that's supposed to. But you know, it goes up in fours. So if you have 4, 4, it's the power of 4. You get 8. So this was 8. But 8 is kind of one war share. So in this one can really work on in the best case. It's like the byte of. So at the worst case, you need double it. One person needs double it to run it. So I need double it. So I just need two terabytes. 2 terabytes of data. Which is 2,000 gigabytes. As a policy to run it. But I want to make sure that'll be what as one to one it. So that'll be 1 terabyte of memory, 2 terabytes of memory for space and time for any operation at one time, you know, in parallel. But you know, because I love 2 terabyte, we have to use we're gonna. I want it to be stable. So as a policy, we make it 8, 2, 4, 8. That'll be 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. That'll be 2 squared is 4. 4 is stable, so it'll be 4,000. That'll be 8, 4,000. Let me think. 4,000. It's not fine. So that's fine. 4,000. 4 times 2 would be what? 16. 16,000. But 16,000 is not good enough. That was 16,000 terabytes. So it doesn't matter. Let's have 16,000 terabytes. Because that's the full one you need to run the Mmuko simulation. Whether you are there, that's the person now. Because 16,000 is the minimum space you have to be held still for everyone in the place. You know, because that means that we're not popping. No. It doesn't matter where you hold it for me, I hold it for you. Because you know we hold all the space together in parallel for each other to be happy, but we don't know we're doing it. So our relationship doesn't collapse. So that's gold now. So the minimum we hold is 2 plus 4 plus 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. Now 6 is the local minimum for one person should always keep reserve. This is reserve one. But then 2 plus 4 plus 8 is what? 8. Oh, so it's trying to get 2, 4, 6. So you get 2, 4, 6. So we only see at one time we can hold 2, 4, 6. One person can see and observe the whole that money, and that's all of this check for him though. In the graph of time, we get 2, 4, 8. If 2 people want to check, if 2 people want to check at the same time in parallel. So if one people want to change the reality is fine. Just look at just know the reality is fine. Just know I'm fine. That's 2, 4, 6. That's 2,000. Yep, that means you get 8 times 8,000 gigabytes of memory, which will equal to 800,000 gigabytes of memory as a person is reserved for one person, for the one person, one system at one time and one location, one place in time. So that's the idea, you know, because 888 everything's 888, you know, because we use the 8 one. What am I really saying here? Oh, what am I saying here, guys? What the fuck is this? Is a piece of paper. This is a piece of paper. You don't really need a medium can communicate. It can communicate with you effectively. But we'll do that. But just really want to do this. So basically, I'm gonna use the e-bytes because I love you guys. So we get the space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have all the spaces here, but you know it's not like it's a. So I'm gonna start going here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. Sorry guys, sorry. So we should get 8. So then everything is a link. You want to think if you don't want everybody one person to have the control. basically you have to ensure that Namdi you have the control, but you can distribute control, delegate control automatically. It doesn't matter what it is. That's what the program is really doing. At the best, listen, if I have the full power, I have the full power to do something. Read, write, share. Like read, write, share, read, write, execute. So if I have read, write, so I can what? Create spaces or destroy spaces. But there's no space to create or destroy because no sequence of bytes can create or destroy when you're already in the system. So you can't create or destroy, or what? That's you can't destroy. You can create. You can always, because when you're in the physical, you can't create spaces. You have to give spaces. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Read, write, execute patterns. That's what you're really doing. That's what computer is doing at the bare minimum. But it's doing it in triangle. So you have the R cubed, right cubed, and the execute cubed. That's the only thing I'm doing. My computer is doing. But it's reading and writing bytes. But it's not really storing bytes or creating anything. It's not creating space. It's just reading and writing bytes. So you just have to distribute it equally. That's basically my question is equally. So if I have a read, if I have one, so let me do it properly. If you don't fuck it up. So if I have one, if I fuck it up, so I am where here, 0, 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 1, 2, 3. I am here. But this is only what my computer is doing. I am here. I'm on the third axis. I'm on third, number 3. Number 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm at 1, 2, 3. See, I'm on third. It doesn't matter how I rotate this. I'm just row conjugate. I'm just there. I'm always there. But I don't need to know I'm there to operate. In that field view. But basically, this is the pi framework I'm trying to build. I got the other one to do. So basically, got this. Doesn't matter. If this were like spaces of what. So the spaces are equal, because but I don't control of it, and the time is equal, but I don't control of it. So if I try to, because I'm in this, because I'm here, I have this spaces. I can see the spaces, see the people. If this is a tensor, but I have to get it on. So this one is a tensor. So I get 8 seconds of memory, 8 segments of memory, 8 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Ruby is a baby now. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a 2, 1, 2. So basically, for me, I always have a third quarter, but this third quarter is for me, I have 1, 2, 3. So if I am here, so I know I already know there's something else here. 1, 2, 3, minus 3. So this basically, it doesn't matter who you are. This is segment memory. So if I know I'm minus 3, I can also know there's someone else on the opposite side that's minus 3. So if I am basically on the third quadrant, there's 3. I own these 2 spaces. I own 2 spaces or 2 wives. So whatever I want here, I control this full space. But that means on the space I can't control. I can control and can't see. But this is spaces here. I can control this space here. Here, when I'm in a good mood, depending on how I look at the world view, how I see the world, how the world looks at me, how the world has. I control something else basically. So if I have minus 3, I have plus 3 over 8, which is 8 sigma bright memory. So what will be here is like 2 and 1, 2 thirds, 2 8 and 1 8. I think minus 2 8 and minus 8 because I don't have to think about what I control. I just control it. My reality because my hands, my legs, and my So this is X Y Z axis. It's kind of go here because you can't bring this as a poly. If you guys bring this as a poly, you don't even know what you're doing. So that's what I'm saying here. So in parallel, I know this stuff there. But how does this work in practice? So you get this so if I know this minus 3, if I know minus 3, I can compute minus 3. If I compute 3 over 8, I know I can compute 8 over 3. If I know 8 over 3, I can compute what 8 over 8. If I can push the full, if I can negative 8 over 8. Negative 8 over 8. If I know I can compute negative 8, I can compute what? Negative 3 over negative 8. Which should be the idea here. For the operator. So you get 3 over 8, 8 over 3, negative 3 over 8, 8 over 8 or what? negative 8 over 3. So this is basically what you use to control this is get control. So that's what you control. That's all your control axis in both dimensions. X or Y, left or right, up and down, without you thinking about it. Because if you have that space, you have the time to do everything and anything in your dimension. But you're trying to go here, so you don't worry about that for this problem, because you're gonna fuck it up. So that's all the space you have and the time to do it. So, because you control you do need everybody's consent to do it. So you're trying to define this as a Laplace transform. So if I am at segment 3, right now in this space, 3, I say this dimension, but in this dimension of 3, 3 space, this is X, Y, Z. I have all the space and time, the world and time to compute it. But I have to do it now. Now I already start. So I had this my start. This might see if you get half of this, that's one star. If you get double of this, is a noise star. And this noise star is just everything in Laplace series. So what I mean by that is you have a function equation you can define as a summation equation. I don't really want to solve as a summation equation. Basically minus 3 over 8 plus times. Basically you have to use convolution, which is the signal equivalent of Laplace convolution. Or left Laplace, because I'm a left-handed. Left Laplace convolution. That will be so if I do minus 3 times minus 3 times minus 3 over 8 times minus 3 over 8 times 3 over 8 times 8 over 3 8 over 3 minus over 3, that's one solution to that'll be 8 times 8 3 times 8 is minus 27 minus 21 minus 27 minus 27 is minus 7 over 27, that's 1. Now we get to the second one, because every computer cell, that's 3 so you get minus 27 over 27, that'll be minus 1. And we get the opposite one, minus 3 over 8 times 8 over 3 equals it should be scary. In the scary should just be cyan, because cyan or blue, because you just see cyan, because we'll see that we have a chemical state of what we all see in the process, and that will be no noise, no be dark, it's not be cyan, because you can compute cyan to say something is right, and that looks still beautiful, because we are not able to break this thing, no matter how performant someone is, like me. Okay, minus 3 over minus 12 is minus 27. Minus 12 is so you get the other one, so 3 plus 3 over minus 2. We get the conjugate, we get 27 to the top, and that'll be minus 27 on the bottom, and that'll be this one still. You get I don't know if this is a process, 8 over 3 times well, all the pressure this kind of come one, because we couldn't even be there and here now, but we're gonna do what, and I heated it. 8 divided by 3, and 8 divided by 3 will be 3 over 8. And you're gonna get the 4, get a positive 1, and you get the opposite. I want which is like the negative or the negative conjugate. So negative 8 over negative 3, that times 8 over 3. So basically, you just flip the operators. Because the operators will give you the positive equivalent. And this is what you do for this. So this is what you're gonna do, Nami. You have to define some kind of convolution in series, series a sequence, and sequence that gives the same result. Various matrix here. So clearly you can see what 8 minus 3 over 8 is 1 minus 1. You get a full space. You can see that full thing in that full area. That is the goal. Without actually knowing about it. So basically, if you can compute this. This will be the memory that you share and you hold in space and time. That will be what? Basically, this is your Fourier series. Namdi. So for me, Namdi, if I can really see my own self, myself without just knowing I'm here, without even thinking that that's the space I hold in space. So this is my space I always hold. So no stress or anything. My space I always hold. This is someone's space that they hold. So I have something they hold. So their space they hold something that I cannot do. So we have to do disjunction. So destroy it. So for this work now, you have to get next step. So disjoint. So if I hold this space, someone else have space. So we have to complete that we don't hold space. We know we're not allowed to hold it because we cannot hold that space because we need that. We both need that space. So if I'm C minus 3. Basically, if I'm seeing minus 3, that is basically get equivalent to it. We have to break the equivalence of it. So you have to disjoint, complete the first disjoint. So this is the kind of thing we're computing. I'm so happy, guys. I'm so happy. I'm gonna cry. I'm so happy. This kind of thing I'm solving. So this so get some thing here. So if I'm 3 over 8, that means someone's negative 3. But I'll be there. That'll be my what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be there 6 over 8. Because 8 over 8 minus basically it's subtractive. So 8 over 8 or my 1 divided minus 3 over 8 equals 6 over 8. 3 over 8 is or minus 6 over 8 or plus 8 minus 8 or minus 8 plus 8. Basically, you get what I'm saying. Plus 8 plus 8 is 1. My 1 to 8 plus 8 is 1. 3 plus 1 minus what? No plus. Oh, his name is Lukman, not Lucas. Lukman. Alpha Lima, U for umbrella, K for kilo, M for mother, Mike. Luke. K for kilo, sorry. E for echo, M for mother, O for Oscar, F for November. Lukman. 1 minus 3 over 8. That would be. That would be 1 minus plus 6 over 8. That would be 2 over 8. No, 3. 1. That would be 8 over 8. That'd be 14 over 8. And that'd be 40 that'd be 1, 2, 3. That'd be 40 over 8. That'd be 1, 8, 8, 184. That'd be me, basically. That'd be 184. Basically, that's a new person, basically. That's basically a new person. That'd be Jason. No, that'd be Jamal. No. This would be this would be Lukman. This would be Jason. No, this would be Jamal. That would be Jason. Basically, this is Jamal looking after Jason. So basically, you already know we're gonna compute ahead of time because if I can compute 8 over 8 on my one, that's if I add 1, if I add 2, right? If I keep adding, I get no modular or get the modular half. So that'll be going back forth. So if I add my own segment to it, basically if I double my segment, if I call myself, it's just halving and halving because you got a half and half. I get a quarter. So this is my quarter left. Because I go up, my quarter right, but my quarter right is like I'm moving up, right. It's not even like it's not adding, it's adding up, the up that we share, that is right, going right. But 2 left, right, when you're going up, when you're adding 1, index you say the right rotation is just adding, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they are just adding sequences of instructions. But the instructions are there. Ready to be pressed on the fly. So as if you add something, you can execute it. You should never have an add that's not executed instantly because you have to add as soon as you get instruction. Doesn't matter what it is. You just put your telecom. If you add this segment of twice, that means your system is degraded. It's way for you to add something. So it's a state of stillness. And literally still, it will flow and dynamic as the policy. But you need the space to do it. So that's duality there. So what I'm saying to you guys, you got 8 bytes. 8 plus 3, 8 plus 8 to the power of 3. 8 to the power of 3. We all have 8 to the power of 3 bytes. And then 8 to the power of 3 is what? 8 to the power of 3. We'll use the calculator now because look Monson 8 to the power of 3 is so that's 0 to the power of 3. 8 to the power of 3. I'm free now. I'm using the calculator now. 8 to the power of 3 is 512 bytes of memory I hold memory, and the time I'll do it is 512 bytes divided by the time of 1 time, 8 bytes. Now 8 bytes equivalent of 1 second is 8 bytes. So 8 divided by 8 divided by 1, 8 divided by 8, so it's 1 second. That'll be 1 second. This is more computers. So we all share a second of time. Seconds, but always be a nanosecond. Even next second, so that'll be 8 over 1. So you get so basically divided by 1. Let's do 512 divided by 8 divided by 8, that'll be 64. 64. But that 64 space, 64 bytes of memory is what we share in space and time at all times. So that's 8 to the power of 3. 8 times 8, 8 plus 8 is what? 16? Now 16 plus 16, 16 plus 8, 16 plus 8 is what? 16 times 2. 16 times 2 is what? 16 plus 16 plus 16. 46, basically it's all done now. I'm happy now. 64. So basically my computer coming on, it already knows what it's doing. It's basically observes the state and activate. And that's my active computer system. They may know what they do before they even do it. No matter how the read or write execute. I can stop here, but I want to dive further to it because I'm really proud of it. because it's basically allocates memory before you even need it. Because he doesn't know what you're gonna do. We're unpredictable. We are unpredictable in the good way, the best way, and the best way is what we want. So we have to be unpredictable in the best way. So tomorrow can be there for us in every way we are. For transcending, literally, it's just a protocol. That's what the Nsigii protocol is. It's a here and now. We're here now. But if we're not here now, where are we? If we're not here, we are not now. Because if I'm trying to execute a not option, so if you don't get what I'm saying, it's not kind of biblical. If I'm here because I'm here and now, But that's just one set that's joint. But we can hear now unhappy, but we are unconscious. But this is not what we want. So if I'm not here, that means there's some kind of a thing that's wrong already. If I'm not here, I'm disjoint not in the space of not. I'm negative, but not just to get n squared. If I'm not here, it means I'm not now. Because that's 2 digits, not now. No, 2 digits, that's NM. And that'll be the distance. So that's the first digit. So if I'm not here, I'm not now. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with my environment. Because I have to be here and now. So why I'm not here and not now? It doesn't make sense to me. So if I don't have the space and the time to do something, then I'm not here, I'm not now. That's n squared times n squared, that'll be n to the power 4. So that's kind of the disjoint, intersection. So what the interpower of sub to the power of intersection of negative 4. So this just means we don't share anything in this space and time. We're everywhere and anywhere. What takes us, which we've done more. And we got the other one, intersection. We get the intersection, the left. So we're trying to confuse over the intersection of what we are here now, why we're here now. So this would be the intersection why we're here now. So if I'm not here, I'm not now. If I'm not now, I'm not here. But if I'm not now, if I'm not here, if I'm not here, where am I? I am nowhere. But if I'm not nowhere, where am I? I just my friends, I am everywhere. So if I'm now, if I'm one now, if I'm now, and if I'm not now, basically if I'm not now, I'm everywhere, I'm nowhere, and everywhere. Because that means I'm nowhere. Because that means I have 2 operations. If I'm 2 negative operations, but I don't know. That means I don't know anybody. I just use the computer. If I'm not now, if I'm not now, if I'm not here, I'm not now. That means I am nowhere. Because I am here, but I don't know where I am. That's where we meet new people, and that's the metropolis. So that's what I'm trying to compute. So that's what I'm trying to compute here. You're somewhere. That's basically you're trying to compute new spaces. Things you're new places you never be in need to avoid, and that's what you're uploading. Basically, I'm gonna upload your mind, but what to be here now. No one should die. My supposed to as a party. You killing people. I'm supposed to. My utopia too. It's my utopia. I should never get excluded from it. Because there's no log into it. I'm going to be there in that physical space. As a policy, if it becomes true, when it comes out, it is now because we're already here now. So we all share a distance. So if I'm not now, I am where? Nowhere. If I'm not now, not here now. If I'm not now, I'm not. If I'm not now, I am not now. That means I share not now. I share not now. The space I don't share this space with anything, anyone that's in the form or anything. That's my dog or cat, anything. If I share this space with nothing, that means nothing's no one. But that no one can be anything. But if it's a dog, that I share space with a dog, and dogs eat a load up, I share space half with dog. So that'll be a share space with a dog, something. That's a kind of thing, like a kind of animal, but not a human being. I share that space with something that's not a human being. But it has to be some kind of cat or dog, because it's better to share space with something that you don't know, as a point. So if you're not now, you are sharing space with everything and nothing in the digital point. And that means you're in the physical. So it's like an is kind duality. Is it here? Am I here? I'm present. Am I here? Present and not well. Not well. Am I here in the physical? Present. But is my mind okay? If I'm not now, if I'm not here, it's space I share. So if I'm not here, I get 2 to power of nothingness to get something. So and then we have the integration with all share. Basically the goal is to shuffle this. So basically, everything works in the Python. So no matter basically, we don't shift our angle. We shift our we don't shift our. So when we shift our area, I can shift my area, my perspective, by literally just physically looking at my space. But my room doesn't change. It's static, that kind of thing. But but you can do the opposite way. This room can shift. This place can shift. Which is so I can get my 3 to the power of e. But this room can be spinning around me. Basically, if the room is spinning, I'm static. I am the system literally because I am not the system. I am in a state of nausea. But this state of nausea can transcend into the system because I can go here without being parasitic. That would be necessary. So if I have epsilon, identity, the power of -4, I hear the power of +4. I hold -3 as well as chemical state because -3 represents some kind of transition for each state. That's -3 for the pi squared is 2 because you have to hold 1/2 of pi at all times. But for epsilon, you get 1 less. You get pi. We get identity. You have to hold all the imaginary space there. That'll be I to the power of 8. So you also hold half of pi. That'll be I sub 4. I sub 4 to pi. I sub 4 to pi. And then e. -4, -3. You get half of pi. And this is what we see social reality. This is what it is. It's like we share this space because we are here and now forever. Here for we have to have one space. Whether we are part or not, we are new moment, we are now forever. Because we don't have to think about the time. And if we're here forever, we share that space quietly forever. That's kind of peace of mind I'm saying. Because it's supposed to be there. So the Lapis transformation is there. So I'm gonna here again. How do I do it again? I'm gonna try to do right because I'm trying to do simpler one. No, my people's run out. It's kind of annoying. No one should be at the toilet. It doesn't matter. One should not be at the toilet when they do it. It's a space where we can all relax and physically be there and be safe there in the physical and the metaphysical. Which one I'm trying to build here. Here, so it's what it's meant to be in where you are. Your metropolis. I don't even know the name. So get I is the power of I sub 4 I so -4, and then get e to power of I to the power of 4, which can reach pi or e. But I to the power of 4 is what I times I can go 2 ways, 2 axes. So you have 4 areas of competition, and then go to pi or e or learn. You get e, which is the growth one. I don't like e. E4 e to the power of -4. No, e2 or -2. And that's e to the power of 4, which is pi. 4 pi or what? 4 pi or e4. 4 pi or 4e. That'll be e4 4 pi. E will be 1. 1. But a -1 or -1. And that'll be what? Pi or e. So and that'll be what? One more I e pi. Pi. I don't like pi. Pi is just there, but everyone can go. You see, pi reason everyone can go. I sub pi will be I sub 3 or -3, triadic model, and that'll be what? 9, no. -9. So basically, this way the space will all hold up. So basically, this is the model of the thing we'll do. So that'll be our -1. So basically, there's a kind of a -1 here. But you're gonna have to see when the system boots up. It takes from this kind of space, literally, and it joins 1 point, and that 1 point becomes to what? A full half, a full one, a full one. But it has 2 halves. It's like 3 people. 1, 2, 3. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. But this is what the computer does really in memory. So this is a triad model. So basically, you see like 3 people walking to one path, but now the graph can cover one area. And this is really the pre-boot sequence of the system. So this is called a noise stop. So basically, what you see in this diagram, you see I sub 4 or -4. This is just the imaginary number I, opposite of 4 lattices or 4 four states of four processes at one time. So it's like a program right now or doing four processes at a time. But that just like doing one job. If it's some Python system, if the emerging number, it works quickly. It's really compute -1, but by computing -1, you know one. But you have to work on four problems to solve the four problems in parallel at one time. Asking four questions. This is called probing. So system probes itself to get the answer it needs. So it solves one problem and then defines a new problem via the system. That's kind of what it does. The computer does. So it defines a new problem in some new dimension. But it doesn't tell you that. It doesn't tell you that. It just solves the problem in the dimension it's working on. But it's a child worker. It's a worker. It's a riff worker. It's a riff worker. So let me give you an example. I divided by I is 1. I is 1. I equals -1. -1 divided by -1 in is what? So I squared. I squared is -1. -1 is what? I squared is I times I. I times I will give you I squared. And now I'll give you the third negative I. Because so this will give you I. This will give you I. Basically, this is like a negative I squared. Because it's just the same thing. Oh, I see what Luke was saying. So basically, this is just encoded into memory. So this negative I is just some symbols, but this is what the symbols are. You get negative I squared, which is negative I. But we don't have to think about it. Basically, when you put the negative sign in the third, you have the operation negative. The negative I is just the same thing as positive. It's just there, but you keep a negative I because it just organize itself. So this is symbol. This is like what I made up, but it's nothing what I made up. It's structure. But structure is already known. So if you walk down, it's the same thing as negative I squared. But the squared is squared is rational. Is the division, or what I call the division of negative I. But that negative I is negative, then the third, then -1. Because you don't matter how you organize the system. The system knows it's not state at that time. What's meant to do. So you don't have some kind of rearrangement of the system to do something. This time the system is here. So there's a policy there. It does it because the operator is defined by structure, not syntax. And system because so this is already organized. You guessed it. So I times negative I is negative I, and then that'll be negative I for negative I. Negative I. So basically everything's negative I, and this is the reality that we share. This is branch that we all share. Doesn't matter who you are or what you know, we share that branch. But I share this one because doesn't matter what your friend thinks. You can solve this problem with this time because this is the operation you do. Because you get negative. And you get a negative and a -1, and that's the whole thing we all share. It's beautiful actually. You get I times I, which is I squared. But if you get the conjugate inverse, because you're looking at our relaxing from two different lenses. And then we get the other one. Because she sees a 4, so it's I 4 -4. Because if you have two axes, X and Y, so you have the opposite one to do. To complete I. Sorry, MD. So how will this work in process? That'll be E. So this is a self-balancing tree. But there's for every 2 you have. Oh, sorry. I never know no more. So you get E2. So you're using so this is like the imaginary space we all have. That we all share, and with 2 people share. 1 person share. But you get 2 people going to have a branch when you go the other way. 2 people share that space. You can shift your dimension, but you don't need to. But the best place is like you can repolarize your plane. You can look from any angle, and that's the policy. You have like 1 dimension you already know. So that's 1 pi. If 1 pi, if you get the imaginary space we all know, which is 64 bytes of memory. We get what? 64 states can be in. But we get 64. We get 64. E to the power of 64. So if I already know 64 bytes, I know that I already allocate what 64 bytes that will never be used. That may be 64 bytes of memory for order identity. That's 64 to the power of e to the power of 64. For 2 bytes of memory. 2 bytes. So 64 times 64. 64 is like E is what? -2 or 2. And that'll be the chemical state of epsilon. So E 2, -2 or 2 is what? E to the 1. because everything goes 1, and that'll be each one, because I already know this stuff. I allocate memory for it, for myself, via the tripods. If I allocate for myself, I can allocate for others. So that'll be e to the power of 64. 64 bytes is 1 space in space. So you get the 1/2 space, 1/2 space, 1 space plus 1/4 space for myself. That'll be 64 plus 64 plus 64, and the time will be what would the time be? 64 plus 64 plus 64 is the space we all need. I need, but that space is 1/4 space. That'll be the time will be the same thing. 64 plus 64 plus 64, because that's the time I need to run do those things, and that'll be the space I need and the time I'm gonna do it for the space I already have, and that's 1/4 space at a time. So that'll be so if I divide 64 to the power of 3, to the power of -3, that'll be the time I'm gonna do it. This just represents the time I'm gonna do it. That'll be 64 to the power of 3 to the power of -3, and that'll be oh. Guys, so basically, what I'm saying this now. So thank you, Lukman. So this is 61. So this is my calculator. So in my mind calculator, this is my mind calculator. So if you're in my mind, you know what you're doing, but you just calculate this. You just think about it and you know it. But I don't know nothing of you because I couldn't see this. So this one. So if you can check your state of being, you can be here now. So this is my calculator here. My calculator. You just know you're gonna compute because there is space for you to compute it. So I will compute it here. Give me paper. Guys, take as much time as you need to compute it, because So when you build it up, if you build it up, you can really start using space and time. It doesn't really matter, because you're in my mind and I'm in your mind. We'll share that space, but you don't know it. So basically, if I just So it was blue, so red, green, blue, red, green, blue. So if I tell you the answer is blue, if I told you something is blue, the answer is blue. If you don't know the answer, red, green. If the answer is green, you know it, and you don't need anybody to tell you. If it's blue, that means you know, but you don't want to tell anybody. You know, but you don't want to tell anybody. But said because Oxford for 7, it's an RGB model of the sim system. So for example, 64 plus 64 plus 64 to the power of 3 is this. 64 to the power of 3 is what? Sorry. It's 26144. And I said halve it. That'll be divided by 2, and that's halve it 3 times. That'll be a half is 1 divided by 2 is 131,073, and then that'll be divided by 2 again, and that'll be 6,000. So 65,000. This is allocated memory. So basically, I have a unit of resistance. Each is half it. So 165, 536, and so this will be divided by 3 again. Oh, so you divide by 3. So thank you, Lukman. So basically, Lukman, you divide by 3 again. So basically, Lukman did in my mind we did 5,536 divided by 3. That'll be 21,845. So you get the proportion to infinitely, but you can have a cap. So basically, you have infinite precision because you have infinite precision because you saw there information is not there. You just have a key one. So I just saw 333. I just say you only need the first 3. So that'll be 21845,333. And then you said plus it times 2 it. 999. Basically, this is like kind of. So if you have infinite precision, if you have a tripod precision, you can always have some quotation you can do on the football precision. But it's not infinite precision because it's true. You can calculate it on the real time. So you get no, it's confusing me. So you get 64 bytes of memory. So basically, 64 by basically 64 by the power of negative 3 is what? 61. So 61. Now basically this is 64 bytes. That's 64 minus what? 64 bytes minus 3. So 64 to the power of negative 3 is what? To the power of negative 3 is 61. That means you hold 61 space for that operation automatically, because that's equivalent to having the space of 61 space for the time 1, 2, 3, 3 times. For each time, 3 times. If you want something that was in threes, so should you do it? Must you do it? Or will it? So now, now or never. Now, start now. No start is time. So you have a noise start. So you have a noise start. You get noise. Should I start now? If I start now, I can still control stop it. If I start again, start again, it already started. So if I choose to start, it's already started, and can stop execute. But you need you need more power to execute it. But it's not really recommended. So you have a stop. So if one person makes a decision to start a computer, it starts noisy. It's a noisy start. So it starts making noise, and that'll be the juggling computer that you have this day. But microcontroller, she just has to clear everything. So clear everything, so it gets all the memory of them. So noisy start will be no, just nukes the system with the noise around them, because it just wants to clear the information. So this is pi. It clears the area. That's a pi square. It clears with imaginary numbers. The signal, just all the signals in imaginary. So that's pi to the power 4, and now I'll use the that'll be pi to the power 4. Pi negative 4. From all the angles, x and y, we can see, and now nuke the system's memory. Which I'm trying to use the RAM there. This RAM here. That RAM there, tries to nuke it. It's quite beautiful. I'm gonna nuke it. But that's 1 to the power of negative 4. And then negative 4. It's like no, yes, 1 to the power of negative 4 or positive 4. But that'll be the subset of the 4s. Based on fractions. And that'll be 1 more. So I have to execute it 3 times minus 4. So I can execute it like this. Like a 4. So I get like quadrant of 4. I get a polar cos. Get what? I to the power of I over 4. I over 4. I over 4. Sorry. Pi. 2. So I get negative 4 over pi over I, or negative or plus or positive 4 over I, or negative 4 or half. Oh, this is just one segment of memory. You get B. Yes, you get negative 4 plus 4. Alright. So basically, this is like basically, if you're here, if you know, this is what I'm saying. So you see, it makes sense now. So basically, you are saying you are here now. So if I'm here in this 4 space, but I have this now, this one. So basically, the idea is you have the epsilon, the negative 1. Has shared the state between A and B, but A is a place and a physical location. Is a digital location in a physical space. So that's the idea. Space and time. So you have this opposite on digital space and time. You homogeneously you can have the heterogeneous equivalent, but you only do one set at a time. So in just space, you share negative 4 to which is the area negative 4 squared and but negative square. You get the squared here outside. You basically anything can be half you put outside, double than half you put outside, and nothing is possible. So you get negative 4 squared, and you get squared, and you get negative squared. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. So basically, you get this here. So this is the final form of it. So negative. This is what the first is meant to do. Negative 4 over 1 plus 4 over negative 1 or 1 squared, depending on how you do it. You just do 1 squared. It's just better to do 1 squared. It's just stupid now. If you want together, you want to basically, if you can use them in twos, you get 1 squared. Because this is an area, you just do 1 here. Yeah. So this is 1 squared because it's an area. So this is the kind of idea, because you just 1 plus 1 is 2. It's an area, so you think about the area. That's really know the area. So you don't have to add a 2. You really know it's 2. It can be 1. So you keep the form the same. There's no numbers involved, and that's the policy because it forces structure, not syntax. So, for example, I'm gonna try to do one more time. I need to pee now. I'm free now. I have free to do breakfast talk. No, so this computer, this is a Fourier transform. You gotta do all once. Once you boot once, you don't have to leave. You can't leave if you don't want to leave. If you don't have to, if you want to leave, you don't have to leave. And that's the system here. This is just for the Euler. So you get what? This is going too long. Oh guys, give me a second. I need to pee. I need to show some space. Let me pee, guys. Let me pee first. Let me pee first. So, basically, just pee. So the idea here is just to ensure this. Let me just stop this now. Let me just close this project. I don't want to fuck it up. Basically, I'm gonna start recording. Save as. So basically, I'm gonna work in the problem now. Save project. Project name. Let me start recording. I don't know. This country. This fucking shit, guys. So you can see this is really the same, guys. So you got the state here. So I'm including my friends into it. So it works in series. It never works in part sequences because that means something's wrong in sequences. In sequences, if it is in sequences, if it doesn't exist in sequence, that means I'm doing something wrong. So basically, something's wrong. I don't want to able to transfer to anyone. I'm into the physical components. But you know, physical components when it's done properly. So it just has to be there. No matter how much time it takes, I don't really care. I care about it, but I care about it. So get. So basically, you're trying to ensure that any operation you define half the states outside it is like a group. The group in theory is grouped via the category you're modeling. So we see all the same thing. We'll share all this one reality at all time. So my one is this. I don't really wanna. So basically, this is the video I'm doing here. So we go to this number. So we get minus over 4. Over 4 minus 4 plus 4 over 2. But you get I squared. So get I squared. So then you get minus 4 over 4. This is the Fourier you're trying to preserve. The input Fourier. The input you're trying to start. These are the two keys to everything that you have. Over 1 plus 4 over 1 squared. So this will be the first series, but it's not good enough for sustainability. Last half the time was universe. So get minus 4 times minus 4 is what? Minus 4 plus minus 4 times plus is looking disjoint minus 4 disjoint. So disjoint of minus 4. So get the randomly disjoint of the division of minus 4 times 4 is what? 1. Negative 4. So you get a negative 4 is 16. 16. But you get the other one 16 or negative 16. No. Am I right? 16 or 4 times. So basically, you're gonna give me a calculator. So basically, negative. So you have like a negative 4 times negative 4. So basically, you already knows what it's doing, but it needs the time. It doesn't need the time to do it because negative 4 times negative 4 will be negative 4, 16. And that'll be so you get 16 or I don't know what you do. You get 1 squared, which is 16 times 16. That'll be over 1. 1 squared. This is just the 1 unit you have, but you don't know you have. So this is a 4 unit you have, but that's the space and time. So the 1 squared is the 4 space and the 4 time you have. That'll be 16. 16 squared. Because 16 times 16 is what? 16 times 16. Equals 256 bytes. All share. The I share. I share, I hold, but I can never break that cycle. Basically, that was 16 divided by 16 of 256. And then that was the place. This is the plus one. This is the disjoint. So 16 times 16. 16 times 16 is what? 16 times 16. 16 times 16. 16 times 16 is 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 no, 16 plus 16. That'll be 32. Over 356 cube. Another 16 squared. So basically, you hold the area, which is the space over the time, which is like a 1 unit of the area. Because you get the everything you can use. So you get the number 246, but you don't see 2 you get so if you're doing two, if you have one area, you share one, you get a full time for something, but that's 2 to 1. So you get 3 minus 2 is what, 1. 1 and 1 kind of unit because it's like a 3 diagram. 3 minus 2 is 1. But that 1 unit is what? 3 plus 2. Now 3 plus 2 is the full space will share. So I share. So if I need mostly, I don't have any more space I have. So it's like a additional matrix. So for every one that I have, for every one space I have and share, I can act on. There's 2 spaces ahead of me. I don't know. I can act on. I can go to and get some breathing room. So that kind of idea. 2 minus 2 is 1. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 2, 5, 6, 7. 7 spaces I know I cannot go. And 1 space I cannot go because it's personal. 2 spaces I cannot go because it's personal. It's using use or it's personal. You know what I'm saying? So that's 157. So basically, this is just the powers. So 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, and that's 7. The area of the power, and then they get the other one, which are dimensions. But it's a very bad way to model it. But if you can model it, you can get dimension, you can observe something, you can organize the dimension. Which is what you're computing over, really. What is like an area of space? 3 squared, you get 9, or 3, you get 9 or 3. You get 3 to the power of 3, you get to the power of 3. You get to the 7. So get to the 7, 197. Now 197 is like if you're looking at the 7 dimensions, you can be literally to the further, you can compute in 1 dimension. But you can have the space to compute 1 dimension. All the space in your head. But if that space is not in your head, ever used to be a problem. And that's what I'm saying. Because if you use space, if you don't have space to think, you don't have space to think, you don't use it, it's a waste of everyone's time, to be there in that space. And that's why I do a lot of things myself. Because if I can do it, I just do it myself. I don't want anybody to do it. So I can compute over to the 4 dimensions. And some give you some space. Some use space to give you all the possibilities in the world to do everything. That's why I'm making this utopia. So that's the idea there. You compute over the lattice, and anything put a shared, you distribute it in your view. You can do anything via the trilogy. So, for example, the peer-to-peer modules. So, for example, if I have a half rotation, this is 45 degrees, 90 degrees. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. You what? 90 degrees. You get 90 degrees. You get 180 degrees. Which is a blood moon. And you get 270. So if it doesn't know, if this is not good, it gets a full. So this is, if you just want to do this, if you're not sure, just like if you're not sure, you don't do, and that's kind of the limitations. So I'm giving you this digital space to explore yourself, to be your authentic self. So you can live, work, and be, live, and breathe, and be yourself authentically in the digital area. That's what it possesses. So it's really just modeling. It doesn't matter what it says. What was it? Pi squared, 2 pi r, 2 pi r gives you 3. Now pi is what? 1 half of 1. Pi is what? So pi is just a 3. The number 3 is pi, because basically any number you get before it is a full number. So that's again. Pi is 3. E is 2. This is 2 because E is starts with a 2, and that's instinctively. You don't need to compute anything. You just know that. So if you type in the natural growth of things, epsilon E, so what I call E, you just know that's the idea. E as a body. You don't even need to think. You're thinking about the number E. You just know that doesn't know what it is. It's like seeing E there, but your way. E is 2, starts with a 2, and you can compute 2. So if you get to number 7.128, that means something is already growing. So that's basically if anything number converges at 7.182 or diverges to that number, you already can compute the standard gauge function. You can understand I'm doing. So if you can compute the number 0.718281828 via a divergence series, which is disjoint divergence. You already via some intersection or non-intersection or both two non-intersections, which is the goal here. Two non-intersections or two so if you get two things leaving, that's what you defining growth implicitly, explicitly. That's what you want. So you compute what the two rotations left, which is the disjoint rotations. That'll be your Lapis parameter. Everything's just leaving each other, and just naturally, that's everything's growing, but growing. It's just one over e basically, one of our e, but it's leaving each other. But it's just parameter. But if it is to be in our view of leaving, we have to get disjoint so we can see everything. So you get the two left rotation, and you get the pi, and you get the disjoint what is being leaving, so you can see everything as they leave. I'm saying that's so I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna try to do this properly now because I've done it already. But I wish I'm doing it properly. So get the calculation. The calculation is better. So basically it doesn't matter if the calculation will always be there. So basically dot 7.1. So if I'm trying to copy it to leaving, dot 7.1 or dot 8.2 or dot 8.1828 is times disjoint divided by 2 is what? Divided by 2 is what? Because you divide by 2, so you cut it in half, and then you disjoint it, and that'll be the area. The area of this 2 would be nothing and everything. So how would I get rid of everything? To the power of 4. No, to the power of 4. This will give me the same number back. It's into the power of 4. Oh, so this is the bare minimum I need. Not the power of 4. So basically, I'm trying to do this properly. So if I leave twice, this way, so you get dot 718 28 no. I started from 1 over, because that's my 1 over the growth, that'll be the unit. 1 over 8, 1 over 8, so 1 over 7, 828, 1828, and that'll be enter. That'll be 1 over 2, because growth is divided by 2. 2 4 over the unit of 1 of 7.71828, and that'll be. So basically, you get some conversation. So basically, you get the number more precise, because you get more numbers. Because if you divide 2 by what's growing, by it can grow again. Similar pi. So if you start with a pi, so it doubles the growth. So it doubles the growth. That's the kind of things you gotta do. So if you do pi, so basically, if you do 2, if you get the number 2, Euler, what is it? In 2, that's 2.17 or whatever. But if you get 2, e to the power of itself once. That's e divided by the fractional equivalent of e, or which is what e divided by 1 over e. That's what you're gonna divide by. So that's e divided by 1 over e. So the constant of course. So the constant we have to store the fraction of frequencies, and that's how it works the same. So you get the kind of sequence here. The series, if it's a sequence series, because a sequence, not a sequence. So if the sequence is broken, because that means there's something is missing. So you get e equals do them properly now. E is what? So guys, what is the calculator for this kind of quotation? I don't guys to fuck it up. E is what? So get 1 over e. 1 over e is what? 1 over e is 0.36789. 0.36789. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. And that'll be 9 decimal places because you keep 1 extra byte, and that's 1 over e, and get e to be. So you get e. So you get a constant order. Basically, this calculation shit, it's like e. So we get e, which is a 2. 2 point there's 2. If you get 2.7, 718 you just need a 2 for the full growth, but you have to compute, so you have to get if I'm seeing a 2, that means I'm growing. If I see the 2.1 and that means I know I'm growing up. But if I just see 2 I know I'm growing, but I know I'm growing, but I don't know what I'm going to become, or I don't know I'm growing and I'm growing. So because we're all growing, basically that's the idea. So 1718 two 281 2845904. That's it. So get that model here. So this is what you're seeing, guys. So if I know I'm growing, I don't know I'm growing. That's what you need. One of E for growing up, and then you get what? Go into your full form. Go into your full form, your full structure, because you don't know your full form. So what's it good? You get pi. So you get pi, which is a pi does a pi divided by 4. So the number of pi as well. So basically, just got a pi. I got so many calculators to open it. I'm laughing at myself, man. So pi is what? 3.14. So the fraction of pi is like pi over pi, which is one of pi over pi is what? Pi divided by pi. Let's see what this is. So this is calculating the pi all share. So that'll be your all share. So pi over pi, this is calculating the pi all share. So basically, it's pi over pi is 1, but 1 of nothing is like, but for example, if you want to see the full 1, so pi is what? Pi over pi. So what I'm saying now is you get all the chemical states of pi over what? Over E over epsilon over epsilon times pi over epsilon times or plus. Depending on one. I want my local one to be times what? I. But I is the imaginary number. Okay, let me just draw times I. Basically, you can just look at it. No, this is a stupid calculator. Oh, I see what it's saying. E times what? Pi. EI. Oh, no wonder I couldn't do the operation. Because he couldn't see what I couldn't see. So, oh my days, I'm sorry, Rukman. So basically, this is the constant that's always there. So basically, pi over e times pi is like E plus pi. It's basically the things imaginary processing. So I thought it didn't exist, but this what you're seeing blue, but you thought it was green, and then you thought again, and you saw red, and you thought it was blue, and you saw blue. So he saw blue, he thought it was green. Because he was like so he seen blue, that means the information was looking away. But then he then looked again. No, he then thought. And then he thought again it was. He thought it was. He didn't really. He just thought about it. He didn't thought again. He didn't think twice. No, look, mom. Because then he saw green. No, then he saw blue. Then he saw red. Then he could have saw red. No, because that means they saw blue. They saw green. So this is annoying, guys. This could be a fool. Okay, guys. This calculator is a shit. Any calculator should be useless. We used to have the question of lattice. So because my friend has a problem with them. So we don't use any calculators here. There's no calculators here. We're using scientific calculators. But things cannot do it. But I'm just scientific mode. Even if this was bad, we're gonna use my calculator. But you have to do it in parallel. So it's be a dynamic calculator. It doesn't matter what is. It's be a dynamic scientific calculator. The bare minimum. Because my friend had a problem with this. So if he's seeing blue, if he's observing blue, instead of blue, in his head, in his space, he's seeing blue, the wavelength blue. That means the information is like a red, green, blue. That means the information is not there for him to see. Agree. So he's seen one blue, but that blue is what? One blue. But he saw one blue, and that's like a unit blue. That means the information is there. But I was seeing green, but I left the server. Because I left, he saw blue. Then he still was seeing red. But he's just thinking about what he's seeing. So he's seeing something. So b squared, 2b, he's seen 2 blue. He's seen 2b, to the power of b. But he's only seen b once, for a fraction of a second. So for a fraction of a second, that's second 60,000 second. He's seen red. You could die or get disconnected. Oh, so basically, the worst you can do is get like I don't hold this, I don't hold that space. The most one they can do can get disconnected, but the worst can if I leave, he can die, is man. So basically, you start seeing red. It's got purplish red, and that's the error code he got. Guys, my friend's gonna die. So basically, this is what I'm saying. Basically, it's like because I'm leaving the server. Obviously, I also know the server in my mind. But this kind of power, kind of thing I was trying to do, but when I was young. But this was Lukman. Thank you, Lukman. Gratitude to you for being here now in this space. Mmuko signal now open. So the goal is simply to have the space already any half the system shares. It shares all half equilibrium. That'll be 16 16. So for every 64 spaces, there's 16 time. 16 spaces all shares and 16 time all share. That'll be the 16 spaces for that 32 space and time all share at space on one time. In one time, no matter how we are. But you know, in our physical form, it's 64. It's 4 bytes. But we'll share 32 bytes of memory and space and time we can compute over. Via the TPU. So TPU get the TPU model, try the TPU or TPU the swipe to power 4 for space, 4 for time, and that's 8, and that'll be 8 plus 8 is 16, and that's we have 16 terabytes per second that he was not computing over. Guys, it's a policy that doesn't change. You know, I don't really care no more. We get this problem. So we're not safe for now. That's the standard. So you should work now. Okay, thank you guys. Have a lovely day, guys. And when my Mmuko or signal comes on our system, I hope you guys will have a lovely time for the rest of your life. Being in a digital way, reading the digital, doing everything they used to do in the physical. Thank you guys.